A dehumidifier is a machine that removes excess moisture in form of water vapor from the air, making your home feel less sticky and preventing mold growth. It helps make indoor air more comfortable, prevents mold, and protects things like books, furniture, and electronics from damp damage. A dehumidifier works with the principle of condensation and refrigeration. The core idea is condensation. Air always contains some amount of water vapor, and the warmer the air, the more water vapor it can hold. A dehumidifier works by cooling this moist air down to a temperature where it can no longer hold all that water vapor. When the air cools sufficiently, the water vapor changes back into liquid water droplets. This temperature is referred to as the dew point. To achieve this cooling, most common dehumidifiers use a miniature refrigeration system, very similar to what is found in your refrigerator or air conditioner. Here is the step-by-step of how it works. 1. Drawing in humid air. First, a fan inside the dehumidifier pulls the warm and humid air from your room into the machine. 2. Passing over cool coils known as evaporator coils. Once inside, the moist air immediately passes over a set of very cold coils known as the evaporator coils. These coils are kept super chilly by a special liquid called a refrigerant that circulates through them, absorbing heat. 3. As the warm, moist air hits these frigid coils, it rapidly cools down. Because cold air can't hold as much moisture as warm air, the excess water vapor in the air condenses and turns back into tiny liquid water droplets right on the surface of these cold coils. This is just like how water forms on your cold glass. 4. Collecting the water. These water droplets then drip off the coals and fall into a collection bucket or drain hose if you have it set up for continuous drainage. This is the water that was previously floating around invisibly in your air. 5. Passing over warm coals known as condenser coils. After losing its moisture, the now drier but still cool air continues its journey inside the dehumidifier. It then passes over a second set of coils, called the condenser coils. These coils are warm. They are warm because the refrigerant, after collecting heat from the room air at the cold coils, releases that heat here. 6. Releasing dry and warm air. As the air passes over these warm coils, it gets slightly reheated and is then blown back out into the room. This dry, slightly warmed air helps to prevent the room from feeling too cool and aids in drying out the remaining moisture in the air. This entire process repeats itself continuously, pulling more and more moisture out of the air, until the humidity level in the room drops to your desired level or the water collection bucket gets full and triggers an automatic shutoff. So, in simple terms, a dehumidifier acts like a cold sponge for the air. It chills the air to squeeze out the water.